Good morning, boys and girls. Now, today we're going to work in your brown book that you got to take home, that those of you who were at school have already worked in. So on the front cover, when you open the book, you would have stuck in your beautiful picture that you drew of yourself on the first day of school. And then on the next page, I had folded it for you, and you have completed these patterns in purple and red, and then you did your own too. And in between the patterns, you made your own patterns with shapes and colors. So you might have done a red circle, a green square, a red circle, a green square. So you've got that page completed. Now, if you have a look carefully, your page would have been folded by me. I'm going to turn it landscape like that. I'll explain to you what landscape is. It's sideways. And then I folded the other one. So you don't have to do that. But the folds are there just to give you some lines. So now when you turn over the page, you're going to turn your book around like this so that you are working here in front of you, because if you have it the other way, then you're working way over your book and it's difficult to do because you've got to stretch right over. So you turn your book so that the folds are in front of you, and you have 4 lines. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, you've got the 3 folded lines, but you've got 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have a look again and just quickly go over this sound, which those of you who are lucky enough were able to see that lovely little song with all of this sounds, and then the song went s, 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 and so on. So if you can remember the things that we had, let's go through them quickly. The snowman, the strawberry, the sun, sandals, snail, one sock, and 2 socks. Right, those are my ones, and I hope you had lots of ones that you found at home, lots of new sounds, and I can hear you all shouting them out. Right, so we're going to look at this again. If you can go in the air with your magic finger, and let's start at the top, go around and back. Let's try it one more time. Make sure your magic finger is the finger that you write with. Go around and his belly and stop. Oh, there's another one, a stop sign. Okay, so now you're going to take, you don't need to do this now, but you're going to take your black crayon and in 2 lines, so the top and the next line, you are going to, in black, do your S. So you go around and around, and there you go. So it's a giant one, but it's not a capital one, it's a baby one. Right, and then what you're going to do is you are going to draw small little drawings with this letter at the start. So I'm going to start with 2 stars in my S. And I think I'm going to make this S into a slithery rattlesnake. And here is his forked tongue. Maybe his eye can go there. So there's a snake and stars. You do not have to do this the same as me, but you can if you like. So you're going to take your black crayon and you're going to draw a S. Don't do it now, boys and girls. Listen first, and then when the video stops, then you can take your time and do your work properly. So then in this space now, don't go on to these 2 at the bottom. So these 2 over here you don't work on. You only work on these 2 spaces. Right? So now I'm going to draw a, let's see if you can see what this is. And if you know yet. It's not a very good one, but if you can figure it out, and I can tell you, then that's fine. Okay, sticking out of the water to see what's going on here. And this is a submarine. And this part that sticks out the water is called a periscope, that they can see what they're doing. Otherwise, they're deep under the water. Right, and what about this? Banana? No, it can't be a banana. Maybe the moon? But it can't be the moon, because moon is for moon. So here we have some stars. Can you figure out what this is? Okay, these are planets. And here's water and land, so that's planet Earth. But my little countries don't look like they should. They look like raisins, don't they? But sorry, you can't see what I've done there. And there's a planet. What planet is red? Correct, Mars. But Mars doesn't have a ring around it. But this is my drawing. And there's stars and a moon and Earth and another planet. So what word could this be, this whole picture? Space. Right. So you can then draw some of the other words that I showed you in those pictures. Quite a nice, easy one to draw is a little snail. I'm going to draw his body green. Okay, and his eyes are on the top. Right, so let's just go through it again. You're going to use your blank book that you took home, and you're going to ask Mom or Dad just to make sure that you've written your name at the top, and then you're going to cover it in the plastic cover that I gave you. Don't stick it down over your first beautiful picture of the first day at school and in your patterns, because when we get back to school, like we made the fish cover for our maths book, we're going to make a beautiful cover for this book. We just didn't have time. So just cover it in plastic, because we're going to work a lot in this book during home learning, that it's nice and safe. And then for today, you go to the second page behind this and you draw your S in your 2 lines, and you can make it into a snake if you want, or you draw a snake somewhere else, and you fill these 2 lines with little pictures of S words. Remember, they must start with S, the sound. Right. Have fun, boys and girls. Think up lots and lots of unusual things. There's sand and sunglasses and all kinds of things. Spaghetti. Okay, so you think up things, and I can't wait to see them when you come back to school. And I come back to school. Right. Have a super day, boys and girls.